This is a SnapEd New York video presentation.
Well, that's the end of that chapter. I really could use a snack. Let's see, I want it kind of healthy. So nuts? No, I'm not feeling it. Fruits or vegetables? Yeah, those could be. Oh, wait, what about crackers? Or even better, crackers with cheese. And, oh, there's a jelly donut out there. And some potato chips. Oh, I'm at a loss. I want a healthy snack and I don't know how to do it.
Hi everyone, I'm Wanda Collins, your SnapEd nutritionist. And choosing a snack doesn't have to be quite that dramatic. All you have to do is learn to read a nutrition facts label. Here, let me show you.
By the end of this video, you will be able to find nutrition information on food labels and apply nutrition information on food labels to determine how healthy some snack foods are. Choosing a healthy snack can be a challenge, but with a little thought and a little information, we can make healthy choices that taste great and helps our body stay healthy. So what do you think makes a healthy snack? Maybe you thought of these ideas. Fruit, tastes good, not a lot of sugar, something with a dip. I don't know. These are pretty good ideas. A piece of fruit is a healthy snack. Healthy snacks taste good, and they don't have a lot of added sugar, and their dips are usually low fat. It's okay if you don't know, that's what I'm here for. One of the ways we can tell if a snack is a healthy snack is to think about if the snack is a whole food. What is a whole food? Well, let me show you. Whole foods have a lot of solid fat, salt, and added sugar. They just add a lot of energy or calories to our diet without adding any nutrients. Today, our main focus will be on solid fat and salt. Let's talk about solid fat first. Solid fat means that it is a fat that is solid while it is sitting in a room. That means you could hold it in your hand and it might melt a little, but it would be easy to hold. Solid fat is very unhealthy for us because it can cause heart disease and strokes. Solid fat has another name, saturated fat. Really important to remember that. Saturated fat is part of the total fat that we eat in a day. Someone your age should only have 18 to 20 grams of saturated fat in a day. It might sound like a lot, but it doesn't take long to eat that much saturated fat if we aren't careful about what we are eating. Which brings us to the next question, what foods contain saturated fat? Well, saturated fat is found in full-fat cheese, shortening and coconut oil, butter, and whole milk. And just as a side note, saturated fat is suspended in whole milk, so it isn't like you can hold it in your hands. Saturated fat is also found in almost all deep-fried foods. Oils are a fat as well. The difference is oil is liquid at room temperature, and that means you can't hold it in your hand or it would leak all over the floor. And using oils instead of saturated fat is part of a healthy eating pattern. Using oils is the smart way to keep our heart healthy since they do not contribute to heart disease. Some oils that you might have heard people talk about are canola oil, vegetable oil, and olive oil. We do need some fat in our diets to help us absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. And making the switch to oil will give us the fat we need and help keep our hearts healthy. Now let's think about salt. We need some in our diet, but too much can lead to health problems. Salt has another name, and it's sodium, and that's going to be really important in a minute. Many of our prepackaged snacks have a lot of sodium. You are only supposed to have 2,200 milligrams of sodium in a day, and eating too many prepared snacks can get you there in a hurry. So lowering your sodium at your age today can help prevent heart disease tomorrow. If there is a lot of saturated fat and sodium in a food, it is known as a woe food, and a woe food should only be eaten once in a while. There is another way to tell if a food is a healthy snack, and that's reading the nutrition facts label. But before we do that, there is one more nutrient we need to consider as part of a healthy snack. Healthy snack foods are high in fiber, and fiber cleans the parts of our body where food passes through. That is our digestive tract. And it works kind of like a scouring pad cleans a pan. And when we eat enough fiber, our chances of getting some diseases goes way down. Fiber is also called dietary fiber. That is super important. You should have about 24 grams of dietary fiber in a day, and it's easy to get the dietary fiber we need if we choose to make half our grains whole grains, focus on whole fruit, vary our veggies, and use plant-based proteins. All of this means a healthy snack has very little saturated fat and sodium, but a good amount of dietary fiber. 2 grams or more per serving is an okay amount. To find out what foods match this criteria, we need to read the nutrition facts label and remember to look for the words saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber. Here is the nutrition facts label for a fried apple pie. We are going to look at the sodium, saturated fat, and dietary fiber on this label. This is where we find the sodium on a nutrition facts label. There is 440 milligrams of sodium in this apple pie. If someone your age is only supposed to have 2,200 milligrams of sodium in a day, then that is 20% or 1/5 of the sodium you are supposed to have in a day. That's just a little snack. It doesn't leave much room for sodium in the rest of your meals. Now let's look at the saturated fat. You should be eating no more than 18 to 20 grams of saturated fat in a day. This little apple pie has 11 grams of saturated fat. That is over half of the saturated fat you are supposed to have in a day. That is a lot of saturated fat for a little snack. The third gauge for a healthy snack is dietary fiber. You should have around 24 grams of dietary fiber in a day. This fried apple pie has only 1 little gram of dietary fiber. This is such a low percentage, it is almost not worth looking at. This fried apple pie is definitely not the healthier choice for fiber. Going by these 3 measures, saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber, we can see a fried apple pie has a lot of saturated fat, a lot of sodium, and very little dietary fiber. That means a fried apple pie is not a healthy snack. Now that you've had a chance to see how to read a label, we are going to look at other food labels and see if those are a healthy choice. When we are done, we will put them in order from the healthiest to the least healthy. And in between looking at the labels, we will do a fun activity, so get ready to do a little learn and move. For this activity, you will need a piece of paper and something to write with. Pause the video and gather those items. This is the nutrition facts label for just one fast food fried cheese stick. Pause the video and write down the saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber in one fast food fried cheese stick. The saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber are saturated fat, 11 grams, sodium, 1,300 milligrams, yikes, And dietary fiber is 0 grams. Not promising as a healthy snack. Time to move on. Okay, everybody, it's the moving part. Get up and let's do 15 invisible jump ropes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Great job! Let's move on to our next snack label. This is the nutrition facts label for 1 medium apple. Pause the video and write down the amounts of saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber for a medium apple. This is how an apple stacks up for snacking. Saturated fat, 0. Sodium, 0. Dietary fiber is 4 grams. Now that's what I call a healthy snack. A healthy snack is easy when we focus on whole fruit. Time for an activity. Time to walk around like a dog until the music stops. Phew, that was fun. Now, let's check out the nutrition facts label for a serving of fast food nachos. Here's the nutrition facts label for 1 serving of fast food nachos. Pause the video and write down the amount of saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber for these nachos. The amounts of saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber are saturated fat, 4.5 grams. Sodium is a whopping 530 milligrams. Dietary fiber isn't bad, it's 2 grams, but that is all that looks good on this label. Yeah, not a great snack, I would say. Let's get our blood moving with 15 jumping jacks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nice job! Let's move on to our next label. This is the nutrition facts label for a microwavable ham and cheese stuffed sandwich. Pause the video and write down the amounts of saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber for this microwavable ham and cheese stuffed sandwich. Here we are. Saturated fat, 4.6 grams. Sodium, 710 milligrams. That deserves a yikes. And dietary fiber is pretty good. I mean, it's only 2 grams, but when you compare that to the sodium and saturated fat, this snack falls short of being a healthy snack. Well, it's time for a moving break. It's a dance party. Get up and dance until the music stops. Nice dancing! It's time for another label. This is the nutrition facts label for a medium carrot. Pause the video and write down the amount of saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber for a carrot. I love these numbers. Saturated fat, 0 grams. Sodium, 40 milligrams. And dietary fiber is 2 grams. This is a pretty good snack food, I'd say. All those numbers are wonderful. Vegetables are a great snack, and eating a variety of vegetables will help you stay healthy. Let's do some parade marching to celebrate vegetables. March around like you are in a parade until the music stops. nothing like a little circus music and marching around to energize a body. And now for our last label. This is the nutrition facts label for a non-fat, fruit-filled granola bar. Pause the video and write down the amount of saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber in this granola bar. Time to see what this bar has to offer. Saturated fat, 0 grams. Sodium, 125 milligrams. And dietary fiber is 2 grams. Based on these measures, this is a good snack. Let's move one more time before we sort the labels. Let's skip around in a circle, and when the music stops, you can stop. We have read the fast food cheese stick label, the apple label, the fast food nacho label, the microwave ham and cheese stuffed sandwich label, the carrot label, and the non-fat fruit-filled granola bar label. So let's put our heads together and rank these snacks from the healthiest to the least healthy snack food based on the amount of saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber listed on their label. This is how my list will look, and you can either pause the video and copy this list, or you can just make a list. Either way. Here are all the labels. Let's narrow it down to 3 labels. So which 3 of these labels have the least amount of saturated fat? You can pause the video and look at these labels, or pause the video and look at your notes. Either way, pause the video and find the 3 labels that have the least amount of saturated fat. Yes, the apple, carrot, and the non-fat, fruit-filled granola bar have the least amount of saturated fat. Now, of these 3, which 2 have the least amount of sodium? Pause the video and write down your answers. Yes, the apple and carrot have the least amount of sodium. Now, which of these have the most dietary fiber? Pause the video and write down your answer. There we have it. The apple has the least amount of saturated fat and sodium and the most dietary fiber. This apple is the healthiest snack. So apples top the list for the healthiest snack. Now, since the carrot and the non-fat fruit-filled granola bar had very similar measures, let's go back to see which is the second and the third healthiest snack. The carrot and the non-fat fruit-filled granola bar have very low saturated fat and the same amount of dietary fiber. But look at the amount of sodium in the carrot compared to the non-fat fruit-filled granola bar. The sodium count is low for both, but lower for the carrot. That means the carrot definitely wins second, and the non-fat fruit-filled granola bar takes third. Let's add them to the chart. Here we have apple in first place, carrot in second place, and the non-fat fruit-filled granola bar is in third place. Let's compare the final 3 labels to fill in 4th, 5th, and 6th places. For these last 3, I think it is easiest to pick out the least healthy snack food if we compare them all at one time. Now, when we compare saturated fat, sodium, and dietary fiber across all 3 labels, the fast food fried cheese stick has the most saturated fat and sodium and the least amount of dietary fiber. I think we can safely say fast food fried cheese sticks take last place. Pause the video and write it in the 6th place on your list. We have apples in first, carrots in second, non-fat fruit-filled granola bar in third, and the fast food fried cheese stick is in 6th place. Now, let's see which food takes 4th and 5th positions on our healthiest to least healthy snack food list. So check out our measures on these two labels. What do you see that will put one just a little healthier than the other? Pause the video and write down your answer. The microwave ham and cheese stuffed sandwich and the fast food nachos have about the same amount of saturated fat and the same amount of dietary fiber. The only thing that really sets them apart is the sodium. The ham and cheese sandwich has more sodium, so it is less healthy than the nachos. That means the nachos are 4th place and the microwave ham and cheese stuffed sandwich is in 5th place. There we have it. By using nutrition facts labels, we can rank our snack foods from the healthiest to the least healthy. Fruits and vegetables take the lead. They are always the best choice. And when we fuel up with fruits and vegetables, we give our bodies the right amount of energy and a ton of nutrients to keep us healthy and strong. As we go down our list, we have foods that are higher in saturated fat and sodium and lower in dietary fiber. That means we should eat those snacks only once in a while. Remember, we should be eating half a plate of fruits and vegetables at every meal. When that doesn't happen, having fruits and vegetables for a snack can keep our bodies in balance. Now you know how to read the nutrition facts label and how to use the information to choose a snack that is low in saturated fat, low in sodium, and has a good amount of dietary fiber. Happy snacking!
Thank you for joining us today. We know the healthy choice isn't always the easiest choice, but small changes can make a big difference. Start today by getting involved with SNAP Ed New York. This program is free for those who qualify or receive SNAP benefits. We want to help you save time, save money, and eat healthy. Learn how SNAP Ed can make a difference in your life. For more information and to find your local program, visit snapedny.org. This material is funded by USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.